Gabbie Marshall was a force to be reckoned with on the basketball court. A three-time state champion in high school, she went on to become a key defensive player for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Her tenacity and skill earned her national recognition, culminating in a thrilling run to the 2023 NCAA championship game. Marshall's career was marked by moments of brilliance. Who could forget her game-saving block in the 2024 Big Ten tournament? She was a vital part of a team that captivated the nation, playing alongside the electrifying Caitlin Clark. Together, they formed a dynamic duo that seemed destined for greatness. Marshall's dedication to the sport extended beyond the court. She was a model student-athlete, excelling in her studies while inspiring countless young fans. Her work ethic and sportsmanship were admired by teammates and coaches alike. She represented the very best of college athletics. However, Marshall's promising career took an unexpected turn in the spring of 2025. A controversial foul call in a high-stakes game thrust her into the center of a social media firestorm. What began as disappointment over a lost game quickly escalated into something far more sinister. The stage was set for a memorable matchup. Iowa, led by the unstoppable Caitlin Clark, faced off against their arch-rivals in a game with major tournament implications. The tension was palpable as both teams battled for supremacy, the lead changing hands multiple times. With seconds left on the clock and Iowa clinging to a slim lead, Gabbie Marshall found herself guarding the opposing team's star player. A desperate drive to the basket resulted in contact, and a whistle blew. The referee, after a moment's hesitation, called a foul on Marshall. The call was immediately met with uproar from the Iowa faithful. Replays showed the contact was minimal, and many argued the call could have gone either way. The opposing team capitalized on the opportunity, sinking the ensuing free throws to secure a narrow victory. In the immediate aftermath of the game, the controversial foul call dominated post-game analysis. However, what began as heated debate quickly morphed into something far more insidious. Social media, already buzzing with reactions to the game, became a breeding ground for vitriol directed at Gabbie Marshall. The online world, often a space for celebration and connection, transformed into a weapon used against Gabbie Marshall. Angry fans, fueled by the anonymity of the internet, unleashed a torrent of hate and abuse. Social media platforms became inundated with cruel messages, personal attacks, and even threats. Marshall's inbox overflowed with hateful comments, criticizing her every move and questioning her integrity as a player. Her social media feeds, once filled with messages of support and encouragement, became unbearable to look at. The relentless negativity began to take a toll on her mental well-being. The abuse went beyond mere criticism of her performance on the court. Some comments targeted her appearance, while others delved into deeply personal insults. The anonymity provided by the internet emboldened individuals to say things they would never dream of saying face-to-face. The situation was exacerbated by the involvement of sports betting. The outcome of the game had significant financial implications for many, and some disgruntled bettors held Marshall personally responsible for their losses. The line between passionate fandom and hateful harassment became increasingly blurred. As the online abuse intensified, Gabbie Marshall found herself caught in a maelstrom of negativity. The joy she once derived from basketball began to dwindle, replaced by anxiety and dread. The sport she loved had become a source of immense pain. In a heart-wrenching announcement, Marshall revealed her decision to retire from basketball. Citing the relentless online harassment as the primary reason, she spoke candidly about the toll it had taken on her mental health. The news sent shockwaves through the basketball world. Her decision highlighted the dark side of sports fandom and the devastating consequences of cyberbullying. It served as a stark reminder that athletes, despite their public personas, are human beings with feelings and vulnerabilities. Marshall's retirement sparked a much-needed conversation about the responsibility we have as fans and online participants. It forced us to confront the uncomfortable truth that our words, even in the digital realm, have real-world consequences. The price of fame. Gabbie Marshall's experience is not an isolated incident. It reflects a disturbing trend of online harassment targeting athletes, particularly women in the public eye. The rise of social media, while offering unprecedented connectivity, has also created new avenues for abuse and negativity. The intense scrutiny faced by athletes, amplified by the 24/7 news cycle and the immediacy of social media, can be overwhelming. Every mistake, every perceived failure is magnified and dissected, often with little regard for the human cost. The pressure to perform at an elite level, coupled with the constant barrage of online commentary, can take a toll on even the most resilient individuals. The mental health of athletes is just as important as their physical well-being, yet it often gets overlooked. Marshall's story serves as a cautionary tale about the price of fame in the digital age. It highlights the urgent need for greater awareness, empathy, and accountability in the way we engage with athletes online. A growing crisis. Gabbie Marshall's experience is emblematic of a growing mental health crisis among athletes. The pressure to succeed, the constant scrutiny, and the relentless online abuse can create a toxic environment that takes a toll on their well-being. Studies have shown that athletes are at an increased risk of experiencing mental health issues compared to the general population. The stigma surrounding mental health in sports often prevents athletes from seeking the help they need, fearing it might be perceived as weakness. This crisis is compounded by the fact that many athletes, particularly at the collegiate level, are ill-equipped to deal with the pressures of fame and online harassment. They are thrust into the spotlight at a young age, often without the support systems in place to help them navigate the challenges that come with it. Marshall's decision to prioritize her mental health by stepping away from the sport she loved should serve as a wake-up call. We must do more to create a culture that supports the well-being of athletes, both on and off the field. Protecting our athletes. Protecting athletes from online harassment requires a multifaceted approach. Social media companies have a responsibility to create safer online environments by implementing stricter policies against hate speech and cyberbullying. This includes investing in better detection tools and responding swiftly to reports of abuse. Sports organizations also have a crucial role to play in safeguarding the well-being of their athletes. This includes providing access to mental health resources, educating athletes on how to manage online harassment, and advocating for their protection. Furthermore, universities and colleges have a duty of care to their student athletes. This includes fostering a culture of respect and inclusivity, providing mental health support services, and taking a proactive approach to address online harassment. Ultimately, creating a safer environment for athletes requires a collective effort. It's time for all stakeholders to step up and take responsibility for protecting the well-being of those who entertain and inspire us. Rethinking our roles. Beyond institutional changes, each of us has a role to play in creating a more respectful and supportive online environment for athletes. We must remember that athletes are human beings, deserving of empathy and respect, regardless of their performance on the field. It's time to rethink our relationship with sports and the way we engage with athletes online. Cheering for our favorite teams and players is one thing, but directing hate and vitriol towards those we disagree with is unacceptable. We must hold ourselves accountable for our words and actions online, recognizing that they have real-world consequences. Let's strive to create a digital space where athletes feel safe, supported, and empowered. Instead of tearing athletes down, let's use our voices to uplift and inspire. Let's celebrate their achievements, empathize with their struggles, and treat them with the dignity and respect they deserve. A call for change. Gabbie Marshall's story is a stark reminder of the devastating impact of online hate and the urgent need for change. It's a call to action for all of us to do better, to be better fans, better online citizens, and better human beings. Let's honor Marshall's legacy by creating a world where athletes can pursue their passions without fear of harassment or abuse. Let's work together to build a future where mental health is prioritized, empathy is valued, and respect is the norm, both on and off the court. The time for change is now. Let's make sure that no other athlete has to endure the pain and suffering that Gabbie Marshall bravely brought to light.